baby, what's that sound? I make a few stops and I'm falling to ground. It's the long shot back, darling, couldn't love you more. Come on, come on. Hey baby, give it a try. I can find an answer if you wanna know why. I know I'm never giving all the place with a song. Come on, come on. If we spend the night out, if we spend the night out.
Who is your dad and what does he do?
My dad's the parking cop for the downtown area in the mornings.
How many tickets do you say he hands out a day?
To the Redwood parking lot in 3-hour areas?
Yeah.
Maybe like 5 to 10 a day. My dad, I mean, it's obvious that we don't have a lot of parking here, like compared to Mount Whitney and LD, other schools. And it's kind of ridiculous that we have to go into 3-hour and move our cars in the middle of the day when we're supposed to be in class. But I mean, my dad's told me that's kind of the disadvantages to having a school downtown, because you have to share parking with everybody that's downtown. Redwood's parking lot, it's really small. And I think when you can see kids like making spots of their own, that says something as to the lack of parking we have.
What's your least favorite thing about the parking lot?
Probably the fire lanes. Like, I mean, kids park there and technically you're supposed to have a fire lane, but when was the last time there was a fire at Redwood?
What's your opinion about Redwood's parking lot?
I think Redwood has a horrible parking lot because, as you can see here, I had to create my own parking spot because there's never any spots. The staff takes up our student parking lot, and if you don't get here by like 7:30, it's full and you end up stuck with a 3-hour thing.
What's the worst thing about Redwood's parking lot?
The idiot drivers.
What's your opinion about Redwood's parking lot?
It's alright. It's kind of small sometimes, hard to get through, but it works.
What's the worst thing about it?
Probably the lack of parking spaces.
What's your opinion about the student parking lot?
There's a lot of people that drive, and before school there's obviously not enough parking spots for everybody.
What do you say is the worst thing about Redwood's parking lot?
Not necessarily about the parking itself, about the people who drive. They drive really, really fast in here. I almost got in an accident the other day.
What happened?
Somebody was like going really fast around this corner. I didn't look.
What's your opinion about the student parking lot?
My opinion is that there should be more shade in the parking lot, so when we carpool, we don't rub up against a bunch of sweaty people like Lacey.
What's your opinion about Redwood's parking lot?
Horrible. And no one can drive, and I drive a piece of shit if I don't care. And there's never any parking. And every day I have to park on the west island, or west spot on the island, and it's horrible.
I have been a teacher at Redwood since July of 2000, so 12 years.
In the past 12 years, what have you noticed about the student parking lot?
Well, the parking lot, there's been less places to park. When I first got here, these C trains weren't there and there was some parking there. There was a time where it was a lot worse because they designated a lot more parking that was handicap. But now they make that handicap parking only when there's a bowl event. So it's actually gotten a little bit better in the past couple years. But for a while, nobody could park along that far side.
What's your opinion about the student parking lot?
My opinion about the student parking lot is these kids need to slow down. Every time I come out here at lunchtime, everybody's trading paint with one another because they're trying to be in a hurry to go to lunch. They need to slow down. It's always tough after January of the year because all of the sophomores start getting their licenses and the seniors aren't, of course, graduated yet. So in that respect, you see parking congestion get pretty tough. But I think we all need to work on trying to conserve parking. I try to ride my bike to school when the weather's good.
Have you noticed any new upcoming issues this year that you haven't noticed in the past years?
Oh gosh, I don't know. You know, one thing that has improved, we used to have a lot of theft in the parking lot, and I've noticed that the theft problems got better. During class, there used to be a lot of people breaking in, stealing stereos and that, and I think with the implementation of different cameras and stuff, we see a lot less theft.
What's the biggest, you'd say, con to the student parking lot?
There's just not enough spaces for the amount of students that go to Redwood High School, but I don't know if that's ever going to change. Society's full of unlimited wants and needs and limited resources, and this parking lot is a really good economics lesson. There is a limited amount of space. There is a more than unlimited amount of students that want those spaces, so people have to park on the island. People have to park in 3-hour parking. The problem is, I don't think Redwood High School is against students parking. The problem is, there's no more real estate. It's not like we can go out and invent a parking structure. And it's just one of those problems we all need to work together. I think the same thing can be said for downtown Visalia. We got to work together. We got to think of smart ways to do it. We got to maybe have people bike to school more often. I don't know. There's got to be some good solutions that involve all of us.
What's the biggest pro to the student parking lot?
Well, the biggest pro is that if you're on the ball and you get here early enough, you're going to get a parking spot. So it's kind of like the early bird gets the worm, and that sort of stands true for life.